Oh my goodness. Big barn here. Jason's barn, the bulk of our operation right now, especially in the States, is under the heading of Jason McGinnis. Adrenaline Rush continues to be ready to go. I'll talk to Cindy and Jason this week, but Adrenaline Rush should go mile 56, 57 this week at Mohawk. This horse here can't come in dogging it. He's always been a horse you have to have on your toes, so expect a big training mile out of him this week. Better's Hope, I did not get an update on Better's Hope from Cindy. I better reach out to her. I'd like to see him go a mile in 57, 58. Keep in mind, this is a horse that qualified in 59. A little rolly, a little out of gear, and then the vet found some things wrong with him, all on the right side, which makes total sense. I'm very curious to see how he trained in the race bike this week. I'd like to see him go a mile in 57, 58 also. Confederate Cruiser's been training good, went a mile in 2.8 over here, and then come back with a slow mile on Saturday. All top marks for this. Oh, no, I didn't. He had a little temperature on Saturday, but they said he ate everything on Sunday. So Confederate Cruiser did not go on Saturday, but trained great on Wednesday. Duke Dio reports out of Ontario, 220. Greg Wade updated me on him, 220, and did everything right. Very happy there. Eyes at 10, little vet work done this week. She'll be under the drone on Wednesday. She's already been in 2.6 and looking good. Fox Valley Britska, Wednesday in Indiana. That'll be the Jason McGinnis and Travis Henry show. 3 of them heading to Indiana, Italian Grid, Fox Valley Britska. And our girl, that's my girl, will all race there Wednesday evening. Frilly Fringes will race Tuesday in Ohio, in Northfield Park. Expecting a decent mile from this filly. I've expected more from her all year. I'll put it under, hey, let's get another 3, 4, 5 starts in her before we start throwing stones. I expected more, especially when I see how well Won My Heart Hanover has been racing with virtually the same trajectory. There's no excuses for this filly, and you can't say, well, maybe the Southwind Franks aren't as good. Galarian is a Southwind Frank. So, Frilly Fringes, I expect more from this filly. Grace has been training down great. Jimmy told me today she had trained fantastic. In fact, if you go back and look at Jimmy's top 10 list, he puts Grace at number 5, ahead of a lot of horses that I think quite highly of. So, good for Grace. Granite Hill, 213 the other day. He's getting there. Justin come off the track, Irvine, and said, is this the same guy I went with the week before that was hot? I said, yeah, he's just a slow learner, this guy. I said, he's looking stronger. I said, he's trotting good. He said, yeah, he's trotting much better. We changed a few little things, but not much. This guy's just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So, Granite Hill, I told you, give me till June. We'll see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Globetrotting, trained in 2.4, last half in 59. Travis Henry went with her. No hobbles, no nothing. Set of trotting boots, knee boots, and a head pull on the left. Looked great going. It would be something else if we could race this filly without hobbles this year. That would even give me more interest in her. I mean, this is a filly I thought very highly of at 3. You could tell, and I can attest to it. She never strung together 2, 3 races where she was right and perfect in that week. It was always something. She'd throw in a great race, and then she'd come up sore left hind or right front or left front. Just couldn't find her rhythm all year. We gave her tons of time off. Took her time bringing her back. The horse I saw train the other day looked great. Jason's done a great job, and Travis, quite frankly, did a great job with her the other day also. I think people have to understand too, the feather it is in our cap to have guys like Billy Davis and Travis here. It means a lot, and it's very helpful, and we've taken him away from his family, given him COVID. Apparently, he got over that. He got vaccinated. So the only crappy thing about the lockdown ending will be that a guy like Travis is going to go back to Canada, because we've been very lucky to have him. Gray is the new red. Did not sell her. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but she'll be racing next week. I wouldn't say she's a horse we should have kept, but at the same time, I do believe we weren't being paid properly for her. So Gray is the new red. Will race next week. We still have the fairs, some overnight races with her. We'll see if we can formulate a path forward for her, but I suspect her and a couple other horses will always remain. So if those of you out there, taking a sighing and saying, I'm glad she didn't sell, she's always going to be for sale. And that has nothing to do with anything more than, her just not quite being good enough. And we can talk about how she is or she isn't. At the end of the day, she is not. She's just an overnight horse, and we're going to race her in such a manner. She has the fair, she has the overnights, and we'll see if we can bang out a decent path with her throughout 2021. GW Chrome falls into the exact same, may not have been in the sale, but he is for sale. A horse that I think he'll get better. He'll trot 58, 57 maybe, but always kind of be the bridesmaid, always kind of be in the middle of the road. Nice colt. I like him a lot, like, very much so. But one, trotters are always going to hold their value more than pacers. People may argue with that, but you're wrong, and I'd be right. Trotters will always hold their value a little bit more than pacers. And a horse like GW Chrome, who still fits a maiden claimer, now winners a 2, now winners 2 claimer. Then he has the fares also. He can probably bang out a couple of bucks in the Buckeye, but he's very similar, in my mind, quite a bit better than Gray's and New Red, but in a similar boat. Maybe the same boat, different ends of that boat. Hill of Magic's been training great. Really caught my eye the other day. Caught me at a lapse where we've been short of help, running around, run ragged, and went out on the track. And as we get out on the track, I couldn't remember whether I put hobbles back on Hill of Magic or not. Most recently, Justin Irvine went with her. She was second in 2.6, come a half in a minute, and did very, very well. Did very, very well in that training mile, and then come back good. Hi, buddy boy. Nice job. What's that? Can't keep the mask. Looking good, bud. Old Travis and Ollie went and got a haircut. Just got back. So, where was I? Hill of Magic, yeah. And then we put the belly band hobbles on her, which I don't love. They're really good for horses that may or may not need them. And Justin went with her again the other day. Just a slow mile, though. Sat on the outside. She's getting behaved now. She's understanding her work. I said, better? And he said, much better. So, Hill of Magic really coming on and blossoming well since she got here to Ohio. Holy Chick, I said to Jason that hole in her hock is healing up good now, but she hits there when she trains. So I told him, I said, you know what? Let's not train her on the trot. Let's train her on the gallop. She won't hit there on the gallop. Then we'll just drop her into race. I think I'm going to need at least another week, 10 days with her, but we will see how things go in the coming weeks. I'm a Lovely Lady, winner in 57-4, and looked very, very good doing it the other day. She got the rail again. Very happy with that. Got the rail again, this time in the non-winners of 2, but coming in brimming with confidence, getting healthier, getting shinier, starting to look good again, getting a little cockier. I think you're going to see another good mile from I'm a Lovely Lady. Italian Grit, had a little boo-boo the other day. As I said to Travis, I wouldn't get too down on him. He's in with horses that are going to be able to rock in Indiana. So I suspect they're going to go 56. So I'd like to see what kind of mile we can get out of Italian Grit in Indiana. Little vet work done on him. Make a few little changes, but I think overall Travis knows him very, very well. Travis loves this horse. He knows him very, very well, and I expect good things from him. Huge update on Jazzy Judy. Man, I trained her the other day, 2.9 last half and 1.1 last quarter in 30 seconds with a bow in her neck. I wanted to go in 2.10. I went in 2.9. I thought she was awesome. So we'll probably go back in the race bike, 2.4, 2.5 on Friday. Qualifiers shortly thereafter. Her first stake race is June 16th. She is on track to qualify and maybe even have a prep race for her if we can find one somewhere. Very, very impressed with what I've seen from Jazzy Judy. She was awesome the other day. All she has on, trotting boots, line pole outside, that's it. And hobbles, but that's it. And looked very, very good doing her work. Luck of the Dragon trained good the other day, 2.5. Justin said he'd shut his air off too. There was a little bit of redness on his throat. He said he didn't seem like he did it in the mile, so I don't really know. Just growing up, growing pains. I think we'll put a set of earplugs on Luck of the Dragon, but in the mile, I thought he did his work very well. Finished up strong, 2.6. The only reason we scoped him, he literally choked on hay a little bit after. It happens once in a blue moon. And they just scoped him the next day to make sure he could have choked at that point and bruised himself, I suppose. But he'll come back on Wednesday. I suspect he'll be just fine. Massive Profit, big update on this guy also. I threw the hobbles back on Massive Profit. Just dawned on me. I told everybody I was going to mark the horses, and I didn't. You're going to have to wait a week now. Massive Profit trained great. Slow mile. First time with the hobbles on in quite a while. I suspect he'll go a big mile. 2.5, 2.6 on Wednesday. Matt's MVP, he missed last week. First time behind the gate for him will be on Wednesday. I can't go with him. I'm sorry. We get 4 sets and there are 4 horses I absolutely have to go with. I think I have Luke Ebersol on this horse on Wednesday. We'll see how he makes out. Miss Meringue, the veterinarian, wanted to put a real good blister on her leg. Here's the thing. I'm not going to start pushing this filly until the vet tells me I can. It's just the way it is. The filly's jogging okay. If she was a 2-year-old, we put a gait and strap on her. You know what I mean? We would work around what was bugging her. But as a 3-year-old, you can't do that. She's going to miss some time, both her and Rosa, and Why Not? But they will come back, and they will be racing this summer. But I can't give you an exact timeline just yet. They're on the IL, put it that way. IRL. Mama Knows Best raced fantastic the other day. You could not have asked her to execute a better plan in a better way than the way she did it. Very professional the way she raced, and she is back in outside post again. I don't care. This week she'll be fine, I'm sure, in that class. Miss Brampton Beast has been in 2 minutes. She continues to be ready to go. My Jazz, big update on her. I'd say she's 95%. I don't think we should qualify her this week, and don't get upset with that. I trained her 1.5 miles, last half in 6. I thought she was good, but I think another extra week will put the... See, here's the thing. When she's not 100% on that foot, she's close, very close. That means she's taking weight other places. She's off on that right front foot. That means that left knee is taking a little more weight. That left hind is putting a little more pressure on it. We don't want to do that. We don't want to put high speed and high torque into this filly when she's not 100%. So rather than rush in and qualify her Thursday, let's just qualify her the Thursday after. Who cares? Of Tom, another filly I really want to go with. Of Tom, I just can't. I can't go with her just yet. I'm not down on her on Wednesday, but I'll get to her. She's been in 2.8. She'll go in 2.6 this week. Grinding miles will go pay dividends on this filly for quite some time, and I think Of Tom, happy with the way she looks and always have. Oh So Pine, we did a little vet work on him. Gave him a week off. He'll be back next week. 1-2 Skip a Few won her set, 2-6 and a bit, 2-7 last half, and 1-1 and a piece. She was very good, much better. Again, inch by inch by inch, she's getting better. Path of Totality qualifying 57, looked good on paper, still a little rickety. We're gonna make a couple of little shoeing changes on her, and then have her into race. Probably school her Thursday again. I'd love to race her with no hobbles. I really would. So I may school her with no hobbles on Thursday. Then she'll probably go to the Meadows. She likes the Meadows. I can go there and drive her. Don't need to race her here at Northfield Park. She'll likely show up at the Meadows sooner than later. Prairie Fire has been lights out. Very, very good here, training down in Ohio. Travis goes with him and loves the horse to death and gets along very good with him. I've been very impressed with this horse. Rose Above It, Travis also went with him. Little grabby the other day. We're going to make a little equipment adjustment on Rose Above It this week and see how he goes. I've been thoroughly pleased with the way this horse has looked. Rosa and Why Not, as I said, her and Miss Meringue are going to take a little more time. She's not going to be going until they're ready. That's the way it is. Not unless you want to end up in a situation where we got a line or something serious we have to deal with these horses. We're working around minor injuries right now, and we'll get them through it. Spend That Money continues ready to go. They said 2.6 or 2.7 the other day. I'd like to see them go a mile in 2 minutes at Mohawk this week. Make sure both of those horses are ready to go when I'm talking with her and another filly in a minute, Tanzanite Tricks. I want to make sure. I told them all. I want them all ready to go on the 20th. So this week, training fast. Looks like there'll be qualifiers on the 27th. We'll either throw qualifiers into them or schoolers, but they will be ready to rock when the gates fly in Ontario. Stonebridge Simba, training down good. Looked good again the other day training. He'll keep going. Sweet on Pete has been our fastest baby. I can't believe it, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Sweet on Pete looked incredible the other day training. Billy Davis went with her, and she looked very good. Tanzanite Tricks, as I said, been 2.6, 2.7. Like to come back in 2 minutes, 2.1 with her. That's My Girl schooled in 59 the other day. She's tight enough going into her Indiana debut on Wednesday. We'll see how she does. Twinbee Habanero's been in 17. That's actually a little faster than I thought he'd be. Greg said he trained very, very good. Probably have him over to Mohawk after this week. You Gotta Believe trained well again. 2.7 this week. He'll come back again on Wednesday. Voyage of Ice and Fire was absolutely fantastic training the other day. I couldn't get to Rose Above It, but he was very, very good. Can't wait to race this guy in Ohio this summer. And then Well and Down continues to race good. Kind of gets stuck in a blind switch with her, and she was charging on the end of it a mile and 55 flat. She raced well. So that is it. That is Jason's Burn. We'll be back with, what else do we got? Well, just all the 2-year-olds and all the 3-year-olds. We'll come back. You know what? I will mark every 2-year-old. I'm going to do my list over. I'm going to mark every 2-year-old for you guys heading into the summer of 2021. Be back in a minute with the 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, and racehorses.